Welcome back to Cool Borders 2001. I'm Insetic, and in this video, we've unlocked the second challenge. Challenge 2, Trick Master. That's right, just a short bit after being a trick newbie, it's time to become a master and it's time to get a handle on those special tricks. You may have noticed we got one at the end of the last event, so this, like the previous challenge, will be hosted by a real professional rider, in this case Kevin Jones, so I'll let him explain and I'll just basically cut in when needed.
It looks like you're ready to start ripping it up like a pro. Hi, I'm Kevin Jones, and I'll be teaching you how to master combos, sequences, and some killer signature moves. Rails aren't the only things you can grind. All the way to that roof, and grind across the top. On the second roof, throw a front flip as you ollie off.
At least for me, this was immediately harder than anything in the first challenge, simply because trying to jump without jumping too far, landing on the rail while giving yourself enough time to pre-wind a jump big enough to get from house to house was tough.
You can also combine sets of rails into sequences. Grind this first rail, then all the way to the second one and grind it again. Style, you'll have to learn some of the pros' signature moves. To do them, you'll need to go huge, and you gotta do them before you leave the lip of the jump. Let's start out with the long guard.
Kevin pointed out the most important part of the special tricks, which is that you need to hit all the buttons on the ground before you release your jump into the air. So you need to hold X and then hit the shoulder button sequence and then release X for the special trick.
These bigger rails will get you high enough to throw a signature move. Let's try the cannonball off the next one.
Another thing to note is that you actually have some of these special tricks unlocked to you at the very start of the game. 4 of them, I believe, and if you check the manual, they are the first 4 that are shown to you, so hopefully you have that.
There's some special sequences on this mountain. For this one, you need to clear the gap jump.
They're also introducing sequences to you here, which I'm trying to think of a way for you to get to this event without having to pass an event that needed you to find sequences, and I can't think of how, so,
Here's another sequence area. You need to go big and ollie over the cliff drop. While you're in the air, throw in a grab. Some of the things on the course have flat tops you can bonk off with. Let's try bonking off the top of the Medcat. You can ollie up on top of it and just bonk it up as you go by.
Our favorite worded trick, or at least my favorite worded trick, the bonk, is back in this game. Basically, as the controls showed, when you're falling toward an obstacle, hold X in the air and then release it right before you land.
Some stuff can be bonked or grinded. Let's throw together a trick with a front flip followed by a bus grind. Sometimes you can bonk to get more air. Bonk off this shed and you can get enough height to grind the rail.
This trick in particular really tripped me up in my initial stream of the game, and you'll see that I also fail it in this playthrough. I just kept getting too much air from my initial jump, or messing up the bonk to where bonking off of the shed and then mashing triangle to get on the rail wasn't doing what I was wanting to do, but here, second try is the charm, though we do have 1 out of 3 strikes now on this event.
Okay, grind these 3 rails in sequence, then ollie to the left to hit the last one. but not good enough.
I even picked Barrett Christie for this event because she didn't really have stats, so I wanted to avoid possibly jumping too far, but you see that's still happening.
Okay, time to get it on. We're gonna ollie a gap, grind a rail, ollie to the second rail, and we're gonna pull a cannonball off the last rail.
So we're on the last trick, but we really only have one shot at this. If we miss this, we have to start all the way back at the start of this event. How do you feel about these pro kind of tutorial events giving you limited chances if you're not able to get your head around a certain thing? I know I had to restart a couple times in my initial playthrough.
Alright, so you got a couple sick moves down. Now you should go out and find the hidden sequences on the mountain. It's time for you to get sick.
So with that, you have passed the event, unlocked another board park, unlocked some pro riders, unlocked another amateur rider, and you have learned about special tricks, at least the ones that, again, if you don't have the manual, you had the foresight enough to write down. This game, I don't believe, has a section where you can just check what the tricks are, so you're kind of SOL if you don't have that resource. But anyway, join me next time on Cool Borders 2001.